quite like those, the marathon, and I suppose I quite like that quote for the marathon. The marathon is the marathon is the marathon. I suppose it's very, very different to any other athletic event. And I think my friend Fred here sums it up very well. So, just in relation to me, I've sent a summarise. I'll let you read through some of that rather than me blowing my own trumpet. I suppose just for the purpose of, I do know what I'm talking about. Particularly, I've just mentioned a couple of things in terms of particularly marathon, and again, just to be mindful that while I've coached, elite marathoners, I've also coached people that are trying to break 3 hours, trying to break 4 hours, trying to break 5 hours, and trying to break all sorts of things. And I'd say I've coached well over 100 marathons in the last number of years. Warm up and cool down with at least 10 minutes light jogging, gentle stretching and strides. Always start off cautiously. You can always pick it up as you get into your run. Speed work, and I know for people maybe that are not that familiar with training or doing that sort of kind of more competitive running, speed work really just means bursts of running shorter distances, some at your race goal pace, some faster with a recovery period in between. It's slightly faster pace bursts than a normal run, even to start with. Things like even movement, and I'm sure some of you have been doing that already. Even using lamppost to lamppost sort of thing, like you allow yourself to recover and go again. Remember to keep it fun, stay within your limit, and always when you have a speed work day or that, you should always be following it up with an easier day. One of the very simple, keep it simple, listen to the body. There's always going to be some muscle ache or tiredness from undertaking any new program. However, if you start to feel any pain, stop, wait until it eases. And while it might be very frustrating when you just feel you're really getting going into a program and you have to take a day or two off, it's actually going to be more productive in the long run. 1 or 2 rest days in time can prevent you a longer absence. And if all else fails, called JT physio. Another thing that I would always say around that time is to try and find non-running related activities that will keep you occupied but relaxed. I always recommend people to go to the cinema that week and try and something that will take you up a couple of hours, that will not let you think about the marathon. The last 16 weeks you've been spending so much time actually training, and all of a sudden then you come into, Jesus, what am I going to do with me? And sort of thing. So try and find something to do. Another thing that I always kind of warn people about is be prepared for the well-wishers and the war stories, and avoid them. When people come up to you and they start to say, oh geez, you're doing the marathon? Oh Jesus, I remember what I did, and I had this at this mile, and I had that at that mile, and so on. So try and be prepared for that, and trying to avoid them as much as you possibly can. And race day rehearsal, I suppose, and you can be doing this as part of your training. Very, very simple, very practical things. Decide what you're going to wear and have worn it, have it laundered beforehand, and don't make the simple mistake of not going in and wearing a flash new vest and thinking this is wonderful, and then you know all about it in about 12 miles. And for people that are maybe not familiar with running, you see people, particularly elite athletes, maybe doing all these sort of sprints and strides and stuff. So basically what they are, strides are just, I've explained them there, like runs of 100 metres at a fast and race pace, and walking or jogging back to back again to where you started, sort of thing. Again, when you're making your way to the start from where you're based, it's important to keep warmed up. Standing around can leave you very tired and it won't maintain your warm up, so you need to keep a little bit of jogging, a little bit of stretching, keeping yourself warm. What I would say though is that you've been working for a plan for a marathon for so long, so start thinking now about what you're going to do after the marathon. Have another goal ready. Should it be a 5k or a 10k or anything else, then that's something that you should be, because you kind of come off that marathon and you're great, and then all of a sudden you just down. Cup of tea.